All right, so it's that time of the year, late August, and everybody is almost all corned out. The sweet corn has been out for a while. You've had corn on the cob probably every second or third day of the week. Um, the kids are starting to look like the Jolly Green Giant. Uh, so even though we still try to force feed our kids corn, we'll boil up a dozen or so, and it's nope, they just refuse to gag any of it down anymore. What we're going to do is process it in a way that we can enjoy the taste of fresh corn later. Even though it's boiled, it's not blanched, it still does the same thing, and it's just as good. So we've got about a dozen or so here. We need corn on the cob, a cutting board, and or probably not, but if you're doing this inside, it saves a lot of mess, and a large cookie sheet that you can put your cutting board in, because sometimes, like it or not, it does get juicy and it does contain a lot of the mess. So you have to have a nice sharp knife, really helps. And it's just to go down, make your four sides, do four sides. And you can always steal some. I like corn. I could just eat corn all the time. And it's the same process for all the rest of them. And just put it to the side. It should come off in these nice big strips. If you don't want your corn to be overly creamy, then don't scrape the husk. All right. If you just want niblets, then just cut. If you just want niblets, okay? Because you can go back, because you'll always see there's just like always a little bit more, and you can go back and drag your knife up and down it there to get out every last little kernel or whatever. But most of the time we don't. We'll just throw this to the chickens there, and they think it's a tremendous thing. So once you have enough for a bag, or you can do all that you want, and I've already got my bags pre-prepared, it goes to the freezer. We put into these bags the equivalent of what we will normally eat for a serving for us. And it's just that easy. We take it, cut it up like this. Can't be much easier. Don't need any special equipment. If you have a freezer, I'm sure most people do, just throw it in the freezer. Super easy. I don't know how many dozens and dozens of corn I've chopped up and done this way. We ate an awful lot, and again, like I said, they just look at corn and they start going ho 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 ho, and they've had enough. Now just even the mention of corn, they run the other way and they start crying, like even even the adults in the house too. It's like, okay, eat what's in season. Yeah, you get sick of it, and then they're going to be begging for it later on. So just for fun, again, it's to take it. You don't have to be picky. Just get it in the bag. Keep getting it in the bag. I know we need a little bit more in there. And you just keep filling it up. Filling it up. I think we could do at least another one or two in there anyways. I think it's going to be 2 bags. I took out 3, but that's okay. This is another one of those things that as you're doing it the first few times you're there, you think you're Paul Bunyan and you're chopping into the core, and you're getting all sorts of resistance. But after a few hundred years of corn, maybe not a few hundred, but after a little bit of practice, you just the knife kind of goes, it knows where it has to go, and it's a lot easier than it looks. You can buy those other things that's like a little circular thing you put over the top on it and you push down on it. It's not as efficient, I find anyway. Some people have better luck than me, I suppose. I have one. We used one, and I just found that after doing, even a dozen corn, it was very fatiguing on the hands, and it would leave these marks and like these little bobos where I would rub on it with my hands. So after that, I said, no, I'm going to go back the old-fashioned way and try this again. And I've not looked back. You just need a super sharp knife. It helps an awful lot more. It's not as messy either. When you have a dull knife, all it does is squish and squeeze the corn. So that's about right. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many do I have left here? There's 7. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to call it there. The thing to do is mark your bag so you know what you're eating. You know what it is, even if it's in the freezer and it's been in there for 2 years and it's all frosted up, you still know what it is. But mark the year, the month and the year. It's always better so you know that it's not, been in there from who knows when. Again, it's just proper labeling so you don't get confused. Squish all the air out. And right there is one nice bag of corn for a meal over the course of the winter. Goes into the freezer. Done. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And we'll see you next time.